looked at, like for instance in this ministry, they looked at how many people we could feed if you brought the restaurant truck, and you didn't do it. You looked at, in order to buy the restaurant truck, we need more finances than what we have. It is a great idea, but buying the truck will sink the entire organization. So are you leader enough to have a disagreement with somebody without starting to dislike the person because they disagreed with you, understanding that that disagreement doesn't mean betrayal? But because your life's ability has put you in a 360 position, but you still have a back row mentality, now you're in a position with an old mentality that makes you so sensitive to anybody saying anything to you that rather than think, you fight. And you drive away people who were with you because they didn't understand the difference between being a leader and being the leader. That's a good clapping point right there. You missed it. So that brings me to my next point. So you have to become comfortable with controversy. Now, we all have controversy. But before you take the lead, you have to become comfortable with controversy. And what I love about God is that God will expose you. I got to come all the way down here. God will expose you to controversy on this level. So that, the only reason you're getting it on this level is so that you'll get tough enough to handle the controversy on this level. And then when you get to this level, about the time you get used to being shot at this level, he calls you on up to this level, and then to this level, and then to this level. And when you get up here, you want to go down there and thank all the people who fought you on this level, and this level, and this level, because they trained you to be able to handle controversy. God is preheating the oven, getting you ready so that you are now comfortable with what you are called to do, because controversy is part of the call. Either you will be controversial or what you did will be controversial. You will get it both ways. Some will, I don't like him. Others, I don't like what he did. Most people will say, I don't like him, because most people are back row thinkers. They don't even think, I don't know him. They will bypass the fact that they don't know you and decide that they don't like you. What they really mean is, I don't like what you did. But they haven't progressed in their thinking enough to be able to communicate effectively. So they say, I don't like him. And if somebody would tap on their shoulder and say, have you met him? So from this day forward, I want you to make me a commitment that you will never again say that you don't like somebody that you don't. Controversy is so much a part of leadership. When I think of illustrations, I could think of some contemporary ones. All you have to do is look at the election and you can see that controversy is a part of leadership. But I won't use that one. I'll use Moses. I will bypass the opportunity to point out that the race to the White House is training you for the hell in the White House. Just because you're trying to do a good thing doesn't mean that you're going to be recognized for doing a good thing. And so as you moved into leadership, I want to get rid of that sensitive heart that you have from being on the back row and toughen it up a little bit to understand that not only will you have controversy from the people on the outside, but also the very people that you're trying to help will be fighting you while you're trying to help them. If you don't believe that, ask Moses what happened to him when he started leading the children of Israel out of Egypt, trying to save them and save their situation. He got more grief from the children of Israel than he did from Pharaoh, because often the people you're trying to help the most will be fighting you the most. I can't believe he brought us out here to die. He should have left us alone, kept us back there in Egypt where we were, kept us comfortable, kept us safe. And all the while he's trying to save them, they're trying to destroy him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He must be crazy. And you're trying to help people that are hurting you, and you're fighting off this over here, and you're trying to fight off them over there, and all of that you must become comfortable with if you're going to be a leader. How many of you have ever tried to help somebody who was hurting you? In fact, Moses becomes a good illustration of it, but as a leader, you need to develop the weaponry of Nehemiah. Nehemiah is a great illustration of great leadership, because Nehemiah is building back the walls of Jerusalem, which is helping the people of Jerusalem, while he is being fought on every side. And he begins to build the wall with a trial in one hand, a trial. But you cannot become so distracted by what you are called to do that you don't have a sword in the other hand to fight the people who are trying to kill your destiny. So you got to have a two-handed approach to leadership, building with one hand and fighting with the other. I got something for you this morning. I got something for you that's going to change how the rest of your year turns out. You can't stop building and just become engrossed in fighting, and you can't stop fighting and become engrossed in building. That's why God gave you two hands. Build with one and fight with the other. Tell somebody, say, don't forget you got two hands. Don't forget you got two hands. You got two hands. You can't stop building, and you can't stop battling. You got to battle and build, battle and build, battle and build, battle and build, battle and build. In fact, the more you build, the more you battle. The more you build, the more you battle. The more you build, the more you battle. And finally, you get to a place where the folks who were fighting you will change their mind, and the wicked shall cease from troubling, and the weary shall be at rest. Tell somebody, say, I'm almost there, I'm almost there, I'm almost there. Are there any two-handed people here this morning? To him whom much is given, much is required. You cannot build anything that won't bring a battle. And if you're going through a battle right now, it's only because you're building something. Because people don't fight people who don't build. They'll only fight you. Look at your neighbor and say, the battle is because you're building. If you weren't building anything, nobody would battle you. If you weren't going forward, they wouldn't fight you. But the more you start building, the more you got a battle. Think it not strange that these trials have come upon you. This is a part of your job.